hell you might be. But if you're here, you're watching this. And this is Rallycross. And we're in good old France. A lovely, lovely, lovely country full of lovely people who don't like doing barricades and stopping people from crossing the English Channel. You can make it that way you will. Good evening, Mark. How are you, mate?
Good evening, mate. That's one way to support the French there.
Yeah, we love the French. We love everything about them, especially waving white flags and stuff.
Well, one thing they do, they love the rallycross, and that's what we're here for. That's
one good thing about them. They can endear themselves to us from loving rallycross. Well, as it goes tonight, we would have had 9 people, but we've had a late withdrawal. Yeah, I've done that a few times in my life, I must admit, but maybe not right now. Late withdrawals is always never the way forward. Birth control is always better. But we've had a late withdrawal this evening, so we've got 2 heats, 1 of 3 and 1 of 5 all the way through, which is a bit lopsided, but hey, it is what it is. Not much we can do about that, unfortunately.
So yeah, it's going to make.
Are you in any of the threes? You in any of the threes?
I think the last set of heats qualifying, I'll be in a 3. Which
it's all right. I was just doing that. It's got to come on before I can mute it. Just so I got the stream on my screen as well.
I was just doing the same myself. Just getting all organised here and settled in. But yeah, I mean, this track is it's a fast-flowing track, but it's a very loose surface, slippery surface to get the power down.
It's all gravel, isn't it? It's all gravelly.
Yeah, it's very dusty gravel as well. It really does struggle to get some power down, but you're going to see some of the fast guys like.
So Dusty should be faster on dust because he's
Dusty.
Really.
I mean, like as you say, he's going to be awesome, isn't he?
That looks weird now, doesn't it? Seeing the 3 cars like that. I mean, this is really the fast time should come here. I mean, Kenny will be looking, he'll probably think I'm wide out right, but in truth, it ain't that bad. It's not that bad, I don't think, in fairness, even from being there.
Yeah, but even with 3 cars on the track, these first couple of turns, you're flat out into these turns. Obviously, you've got, let me just work that out, K9 with a nice inside line going into that first turn. So if he can keep it nice,
he's in between the 2 Kennys. Which sounds like a dodgy TV show, but...
the 2 Kennys. Yeah, Kenny with an awesome launch there.
He all got away quite well, didn't he? Oh, that's where he got... I thought there was going to be a bit of a squeeze then. I think Kento backed out of that one. Can't say I blame him, but it's...
Kenny managed to get from starting grid position into the lead, but...
Oh, Kyle's gone
for his Joker. Yeah. Kento, should I say?
So they both took them, and how's it worked for them? That's the thing.
Nice run through that Joker.
Yeah, I think I remember last year. Didn't a few people hit the end of the fence? They handed a wall.
Yeah.
That was a bit Bocco bomb. That turn. Magnus, if you're watching, mate, that was one of yours.
them curds can just hook you up onto it, and I'm sure you'll see me do that a fair few times in practice.
This is one of the few tracks I might have had a chance of not crashing that much. only because there's like lots of good run-off areas and stuff like that. But at the moment, Kenny's using that clean air to give himself a good little run here.
Yeah, his lines are perfect, clipping the apex of the corners.
Good opener for him.
All under control.
I can just watch. You can just see where he's adjusting the counter steer. If you see as he goes into the corner, that was a really good angle. Actually, I'm just watching a replay of it. That was a really good angle where you could see that coming in, which I thought was pretty good. Same here.
The other 2 guys on full send into that corner.
In some ways, I know, like say from Carl's point of view, from K9's point of view, he does like to really sort of swing it parallel, so to speak. But in truth, that's got to cost you time. If you look at the way Kenny does it and the way that Dusty does it, again, I'm not criticising. I mean, who am I to do that? You know, it works. It probably feels brilliant, if I'm honest. But
it feels more natural to some guys, and definitely me. I can't drive these cars in control. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
It works.
The power and stuff.
You know, it works. To be honest, I'd love to be able to do it that well because I'm fucking hopeless. Excuse my French. Well,
the big disadvantages are that you overheat your tyres a lot more, and you need to get it perfect every corner.
Yep. I mean, just like
Kenny
I say,
comes along, he's won the
be
first
interesting.
round of qualifying.
Again, I'm always interested in what the 4-lap times are. I like to look at that all throughout the evening because really, I mean, that's what we're going off. I know, but it's just interesting to give a decent benchmark. So like 2:26.004. No, we might get 2:25s later on. Possibly maybe a 24 might be a push because that was a pretty clean run from Kenny, to be honest. So I can't see. I mean, if anyone goes into the 24s, that'll be pretty damn good, I think.
Yeah,
so how are you going to do now after watching that gauntlet chuck down? You going to do a 25?
No chance, no chance. I'm more midfield, you know. Had a bit at least.
No, you've had some good ones, though. You've had some good ones of late, to be fair, haven't you?
Yeah, the last round was okay for 3 qualifying rounds, but it's very hit and miss, and this isn't a track that I find is a strong point for me. I've always kind of struggled to get any major pace, and it's.
But you think it's one of the faster ones compared. The others are a bit sort of stop-start because you've got obviously the corner in the way it is at some of the other tracks is tighter. This one seems to be more, like you said earlier, more flowing. So it seems odd that you kind of struggle on the easier tracks and excel on the what I technically call the tougher ones, really.
Yeah, it's because I like to keep it, if it's flowing, I like to keep my foot planted, and that doesn't always work, does it? But we shall see, we might be surprised. And plus, look at the quality of drivers that I've got against me here. It's
true, they're all rubbish, aren't they? I mean, you should wipe the floor with this lot. They're useless.
Yeah. I'm going to leave you guys to it anyway, and I'm going to go and try and run down to the pits.
Go and see if you can muller a 2:25 then. Go on. I know you can do it. You've got to beat Kyle's 2:33 to keep it competitive, though.
Catch you guys very shortly.
Yeah, no worries. See you later. Anyway, K9 joins us fresh from that heat there. That was quite enjoyable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good one. I just didn't rotate the car enough in that first turn, but it seemed quite close.
Yeah, there was no
Kenny,
contact there, was there? I didn't think there was. It just looked really tight.
There wasn't contact, but it was just, like you say, pretty close.
But it was a good. To be honest, you all had a decent run. I didn't notice anything too awry. The only thing I said in commentary was probably the difference because I got to watch you quite clearly and got to watch Kenny quite clearly. The difference was you probably throw the car more perpendicular than he did, which looks good, but it probably costs you a little bit of time. Fair comment?
Yeah, it's fun.
No, it looks good. It looks a riot, to be honest. That's what I said in commentary. You know, I mean, all I can do is throw it around like that and my back end hits a wall. But, hey, each to their own. But it looks a riot.
Just double checking quick. We got all the guys. We got all the Audis.
Yeah, the 5 and then
Mark and Dusty, JPH and his Mini, and Mark Qwerty, so we're good to go.
Yeah, JPH said the rear left is going to get battered even after 4 laps. I imagine it was. I imagine it was probably worth dumping on the scrap heap. I mean, what do they do in real life in something like this? Do they just bring like 900 sets of tyres, or do they swap them round? It's like, take that rear left off and put it on the right.
There's a limit to the amount of tyres in real life that they're allowed to use.
That's what I thought. So can they swap them round? So, for example, if the rear left was battered to hell, which it probably would be, could you swap rear left for a rear right, for example, knowing that that's probably the tyre that takes the least?
And they don't always change all 4 tires. Sometimes they'll just change 1 or they'll change 2. So it's literally it's just keeping the amount of tires.
You could probably just do a left-right swap, couldn't you? To a certain extent.
I would imagine so. I don't see why it wouldn't be allowed.
Oh, Dusty's got a nice. He's got a nice foot on here. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Don't know whether JP will be happy with that. It's not bad because obviously first corner's right-hander here, isn't it?
If JP can get a good launch there, he'll have a good run because the outside is sometimes easier to turn into that first corner.
Yeah, that's what I always think. I think he can carry more speed in. I mean, Ratek's probably, technically speaking, he's got the best position. He's got a good start as well. But I think
he got a good start and he's held the position, so
yeah, which is good. And Ryan's There it is. So it's the 3 Audis, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
Mark went a bit wide there. Mark did me proud there. Did Dusty just lose it then?
No, I think he just slowed down a bit. I don't know exactly what happened,
Yeah,
but he has dropped off slightly.
Yeah, it was just going out of shot, so I couldn't tell.
An interesting thing about Loic here is the Joker lap. It doesn't seem, if you can take a perfect Joker lap here, it doesn't affect your lap time that much.
No, it doesn't appear to. I think the worst part is that wall at the end. If I remember rightly, last season, or it might have been the season before, there were a few candidates for just lumping into that wall at the end, trying to carry the speed all the way through and just catching it, because that really creates a slightly different scenario, doesn't it? But JPH got in front of Berries.
It's a tricky one because you have to take it with such speed, and then obviously there's a few places where you can make some mistakes in that Joker.
You've got to try and hold that line, haven't you, coming around? You've got to imagine that wall's not there, I think.
You can see JPH, it's sort of a common thing if you swing the back out a bit too much. There's a little bump in that dirt section, and it just throws the background a little.
I think that just allowed Ryan to get close then.
He did recover though, but it has put Ryan right on the back of him now.
And this is where this is where he might get. Yeah, he's managed to get
Dusty
past.
and Ratek go Joker.
I think he's as well. In some ways, I wonder with Ratek whether with Dusty taking the Joker, whether he'd been as well to. Man, you're saying that. You said it's much of a muchness, didn't you? I was just thinking, would he have got clean air?
I almost think he might have, because he was already behind Dusty, it might have even been that he was sort of forced to take it, because Dusty sort of was on his outside, and he might have just
it might have been awkward.
Avoid the contact, follow him through.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's also a section where there's a lot of contact made sometimes. The guys aren't paying attention to the car in front, and they'll take him out, they'll hit the side of him.
Yeah, and it's easy done, I suppose, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah.
When you're trying to do that, but it's. I don't think it's worked well for Ryan. I don't know what happened to Ryan.
On that section.
Something obviously happened to Berries there. For him to end
he's
up.
Dropped down. He's got McCready just behind him. Although his car doesn't look too damaged. So Dusty crosses in first, second Ratek, JPH will cross the line in third.
To be honest, these times might be quite decent. It'd be interesting to see what they are against the 2:26.004 that Kenny did in the first one. Yeah, I think Ryan caught something. I think Berry's caught something there. That was a decent run, mate. You beat Kyle's 2:33. You got a 2:31 too. Dusty 2:29. So Kenny was. I think Dusty copped something at the beginning. I don't think he got hit per se, but I think, like Kyle alluded to, I think he had to slow down because I think maybe his line was too wide or something. I'm not sure, but he did all right there, mate.
At the start, as you said, I just saw Dusty drop off a little bit. I couldn't see any reason why or anything, but
no, you enjoyed it much.
It was intense to know that Dusty was hunting me down, and I just went out wide onto the gravel and speed.
Just that gave him his chance to get through, innit?
Yeah, and to be fair, I'd rather it doing it that way rather than having any contact. So
I
hasn't
agree
cost
with you there.
either of us any time really. So
it was still a good time. It's a 2:31. It's the third best of the night. So it's the third best. You've got third place in that qualifying. So
it does say I like to be anywhere mid-table. That's where I expect to be.
But third was good. 2:20. Kenny's topped it. 2:26.004. Dusty was 2:29. You were 2:31. So that's that much I know. So I think you've got third place in that one off the top of my head. I don't recollect anyone else beating that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because Kyle was second in the other heat, wasn't he? And he was 2:33. So you should be in. That should put you quite good. So
I'll
here we
leave
go.
The maths down to you, mate.
No. Hey, I've got to be good at something. I'm like, you know what I mean? I've got to be good at something. To be honest, what I was thinking this the other night, and then it fell out my head like everything else does. But what I could probably do is once we sort these spreadsheets out next week, I'll probably stick one up on my PC so I can just have one there and I could literally, I've got everything to the side of me, so with a bit of dexterity I'd be able to tap it all in pretty quickly with a bit of luck. And that I might just ask Kyle to hold the lobby for about 2 or 3 seconds while I just tap it in, but that could work. Then we could at least be doing it on the go I know Ryan's tried to do it, but if he's racing, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? Whereas I might be able to do that.
There's a lot going on in these rallycross. Even just jumping into the party and stuff, it just distracts you a little bit.
Yeah.
And whatnot,
and I'm the constant during these, so that's why I'm thinking that way.
Mark Quirty with a good starting position with the 2 forwards on the outside, but I think oh no, it's K9.
Has he got there? Has he
got back into there? I think.
Yeah.
Was it? Mark Quirty just ran wide into that gravel, so that's just set him back a little bit.
Well, in the first heat, he went completely out wide. So, all right, Kento's gone for it.
Joker.
Let's have a look at this.
It's not a bad move. It'll drop him into some clear air.
Is he going to come out third, though? Is he going to come out?
Oh, Mark Quirty must have made a move.
Oh, no, he's right there. He must. Oh, Kento's overcooked it. That's probably put paid to him.
Just clipped the inside of K9, which just unsettled Kento's car, so not going to be too happy looking at that move, but he was looking strong coming out of that Joker, but this Joker isn't relatively... You don't lose too much time, if you know what I mean.
No, it runs parallel, doesn't it? It runs parallel to the real corner. I don't think he meant that. We'll aim off that. Another Bocco bomb move. Oops, was that a corner? No. Oh!
Breaking it down, just clips a wall, but
he's not lost too much out of that, to be fair.
No.
In truth, all he wants to try and do is basically up. We're testing out the side bars there, aren't we?
As I say, this track is it's very. You've got to be very precise with your control and slow it down more than what you think, and you can just see Mark Quirty just struggling a little bit, running wide on a few of the corners.
Yeah, you can't go full send all around some of these, although it looks as if you can, but...
He's diving for his Joker now, so we'll see how he goes.
I think
this jump always unsettles the car into that next chicane.
I remember doing that a couple of years ago, and I jumped over that and then went straight into the barriers.
Yeah.
Which is not unknown for me. I'm pretty good at barriers. Oops.
Just running wide.
Yeah, again, that says exactly what you said before. He's done that 2 laps in a row.
Yeah, and
the
that
pace
is one
is there,
of the...
not slowing.
Yeah, that is one of the hardest corners I find, is breaking it down, really shutting it down. Keep there's more grip on the inside, like just clipping the curb.
That's probably the proper racing line, though, isn't it? I would imagine.
Oh, I've no idea on racing lines, mate.
In reality, the perfect way to take any of these, I know what to do, I just can't do it. But the perfect way is to hug that curb all the way around.
Yeah,
if you can hug that curb,
there scrubbing the speed off as he got the angle, scrubbed the speed, but kept it tight, and comes over for another nice heat win there.
And that's the difference. Like I said, I mean, I said that to him earlier during the previous heat. Obviously, it must be hilariously good fun, but it's going to lose you some time. And again, he's lost a couple of seconds on his first round run there, but it's still not a bad run. 2:35 is still not to be sniffed at, in all fairness. But again, it'd be interesting to see how much quicker he might gain. He might gain a second or so a lap with slightly less send. But I don't think he's going to change that, is he?
Have you tried saying that to K9? Less send.
I said it last. I said it to him.
He'll do it more. He'll do it more if you tell him less.
No, but I mean, it must be a riot. It must feel fun. It's got to feel fun, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
That's the thing, is the feeling. It feels more natural to get a slide in these cars than it does to actually drive it.
Yeah, to drive with it.
You know what I mean?
I think, but that's where I think the difference is with, like, that's probably what sets the likes of Kenny and Dusty apart in that way. If you want to look at what the difference is, that's probably it.
I think it is. It's throttle control and braking, just keeping it smooth and carrying the speed rather than...
They still chuck the arse end round a bit, but it's...
Rather than sending it like me.
Yes.
Full send.
But like we were just discussing the rudiments of the enjoyment and exhilaration of doing it. I just go full send into a wall, but that's a different thing entirely. I just go full. I don't bother with the send. I just go full. And it's just like, yeah, okay. I'm dead. But hey ho, it could be worse.
I'll leave you guys to it.
I'm sure you could go and have some fun.
I'm going to have to concentrate on this one, aren't I? Look at that for a lineup.
Yeah, I mean, what a rubbish lineup this is. All the crap people all in the same heat. Terrible, isn't it? I mean, just Dusty, Kenny, Berries, Mark and JPH. I mean,
It's quite the lineup.
it's not bad, is it? You know, this is probably.
You're just
this
waiting on JPH there, and he's in
he's
with
there.
his mini.
It's probably the toughest heat so far, isn't it? In reality,
It is a tough one.
be interesting. See, you could have jumped in this one and made a 6. That'd have been interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe not, eh? You don't know.
Not enough space. Not enough space for me in a race like this.
You need half the track to put your car perpendicular, don't you?
Yeah.
It's all fun.
Anyway,
It's
so
what it's
they're
all
all
about.
ready to go.
Rock and roll.
So this is
so to
qualifying
speak.
2, race 2.
Certainly is. Still, obviously, you were slightly slower in that qualifying heat than you were in the first round. 2:33 in the first, 2:35 in the second. So,
Jeez, it just shows you I felt a bit faster in that one.
you were 2 seconds down. You were better in the first one. But that's what I mean. Sometimes it's just like last week or the week before or a couple of weeks back when I said about Dusty's run. Even though it was a clean air run all on his own, it just didn't look fast. And it was the fastest time of the night. Typically. Just to make me look stupid. But sometimes a run
I think
doesn't...
it's
Oh,
just keeping it calm, getting that power down.
so you got the front row
So you
grid
got
from the previous one on the second row this time.
Yeah, JPH holding that inside line there on the front.
Kenny will be chuffed at his position. I know what he'll be saying. I can even picture how he's saying it. He'd be happy as a pig in... Yeah, exactly. But Mike worked to his advantage.
It's going to be interesting to see if Barry tries the around the outside move here on the front.
Yeah, I think he came a cropper with the game physics in his last heat. To be honest with you, I think that's where he ended up losing a few seconds and getting a little bash on the front. But this will be really interesting to see who gets where, because JPH
Kenny
wants a good start.
As usual,
Yeah,
Kenny
on the
getting
back.
his bad luck back row.
Yeah. Kenny, we'll have to call him Kenny Arse Shep because he's always at the arse end of the grid. Sorry,
I
mate,
think
if you're
that's the
watching this
game.
later.
That's the game realizing that he's like a 2-time champion already.
Yeah, we got our ballast. Ooh, we got a good start,
Epic
mate.
start from Kenny, but he's got nowhere to go.
No, exactly.
Dusty around the back, he goes around the outside. So Dusty in lead now.
Yeah, he took
Right
that.
there, just behind him there.
He wants
So
to just try and
JPH is-
follow.
JPH is right at the back now after his front row start.
Oh, Ratek lost it there. Lost a lot of pace. He's probably joking,
Ratek-
does he? Yeah,
he's
I think he was
joking, yeah.
forced. I think he's the way that the car bounced forced him to go that way. I don't think he meant to, but hey, it's done with now,
But he
isn't it?
comes out now next to...
Oh, right next to Kenny, isn't it? Yeah. That is
yeah,
Kenny.
he's right behind Kenny, and he's
There
JP,
comes
right up
JP.
the side of him
Oh,
as well.
no,
but
no, no,
Barry's
no,
has
no.
a spin
Oh,
there.
oh,
Ooh,
no,
Kenny
oh.
flips.
Oh,
Big flip there from Kenny.
yeah. Kenny flips
That
and
was
flops.
a bit of a mess. I think Kenny went into the back of Barry's, who made a mistake, and then he got hit
Yeah, and
from
then
the
he
two
got-
cars behind, which sent him over. So that's not what he wanted in his qualifying session here. But this is all played out into Dusty's favour because
Yeah.
Dusty's all alone
He's just
now.
got clean air. These are having a battle now. So you got Ratek and JPH, but Ratek's taking his Joker. Be interesting to
He's
see.
leading.
Oh, JP got caught the back of
with
him.
another mistake. He
Yeah.
goes into the wall.
Yeah, he just caught the back of
So that
Ratek's
slowed
car.
him down. But
Yeah.
Barry's now also done his Joker. He's right in behind Ratek now.
Yeah, JPH just literally tickled the arse of
So
Ratek's car.
Dusty could probably take his Joker here easy, but he won't. He's going to
No,
save it
he's-
for the last lap.
I think that's his modus operandi, isn't it? That's. See, he's doing now exactly what I was saying in the first race. The thing that sets him apart is look at how, and he just didn't
He's
do
just
it on that
keeping
corner.
it tidy.
Yeah, he usually hugs the curbs going around. He's not quite as perpendicular as you are, but he hugs those curbs coming around. So is that Berry's a lap down?
See, Barry's right on the back.
Oh, no, he's
there
four.
of,
He's four.
Ratek.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing then for a moment. It flicked across. I was confused then.
So this
Which
is a
isn't difficult.
battle for second right now on the last lap.
Yeah, this is.
Ratek
Oh, they
and
both did it.
Barry's
They
ran it
both.
too wide into the wall.
He followed
Just pushing a
Mark's
little
line.
too hard.
I think you follow the car in front, don't you? Let's be honest.
You do.
And I think that's knackered Ryan's front suspension.
You're thinking when that happens, you're thinking, if he can send it that hard into that corner, I can too.
It doesn't work though, does it?
But Kenny, I mean, good comeback there after his flip. Not that
JPH
far
was shagged. Look at his front of his car.
JPH, there's nothing left of his car.
He took a heavy smack there, but I think he just caught the very back of Mark's car as Mark's car straightened out coming out of the corner. And his front, I think, just tickled it, and then obviously that sent him over to the right. And I just think that's what happened. So that's 2:26.8, but it's still not as fast as Kenny's in the first round. But those are the top three for that heat. So you'll be fourth in that heat. So because you were 35, so those top three beat you, so that puts you fourth, and you'll be second, Mark. In that one, so you got some good points coming, eh?
That was intense.
That was intense. All I saw was Kenny's car doing a good barrel roll in front of me.
Yeah, that was a bit. I mean, again, we couldn't see it properly. It wasn't completely there. And
I think there was a bit of contact, and I think the curb was unsettling them, and then next minute there was a car, as Kenny was upside down and stuff. It maybe something to be reviewed later on, but we shall see. As for now, we're going back into what's this, qualifying three?
Yeah. So we're qualifying 3 heat 1, which obviously is Kyle, Mark, and Kento. So Kyle is probably looking at this one and thinking, I should be able to put a good time down here. No disrespect to Kento and Mark, but I think if it runs to form so far this evening anyway, I mean, Kento's shown that he can do it pretty good. In fairness to Mark, he's not done this for a little while, so it's probably taken him a little while to get back into it.
Yeah, and as I was saying before, he seemed to be struggling with keeping it tight on the corners. But every race that you do, you'll get more adapted to the conditions. Hopefully, you'll have a better run this time.
It's knowing the lines, I suppose, and what you can get away with in the mix between throttle and brake. Because let's face it, that's what it is. It's a balance between the two. Like all racing is a balance, but this is a balance between the two, isn't it? It's just throttle and brake control.
It definitely is, and I can get the balance in practice when I'm on the track on my own.
Yeah, with no pressure.
Put me in a race situation where you think I need to get the power down to get past them, and you light up your tyres, and that's what I find myself doing a lot.
Yeah, and then you lose grip then, what grip there is. But...
And I'm expecting the jump start at some point tonight because I seem to be getting very good launches. So
yeah, there have been some pretty epic ones, to be fair. But it's so far so good. I know, 4 down, no disasters. Well, kind of.
I wouldn't say
Kenny's
Kenny's going to say there might have been a disaster or two there.
I don't think anyone could avoid him really once that had happened.
It's close cars, close contact, but I'm sure
I'm thinking
it will be
Mark got a good start, but he's going to go wide.
Yeah.
But he's going to go wide.
No, he's kept it tight.
Oh, Kento was losing that a little bit then. But this could be interesting. Will he go? No. Is he? No. Oh.
Just over-rotated the car a little bit. I thought he was going to die for the Joker, but I thought he saw K9 and thought, no, I might as well go standard. So
he did another Bucko bomb move. He's getting catching. But
it's going to be tight coming out here. Oh, cuts the nose off K9.
He's hit that every time. He keeps hitting that. He can't get that part right, and that's costing him.
Just clips the barriers. K9's done his Joker, and he's out in front now, so he's got a little bit of breathing room, so shouldn't feel any pressure.
No mistakes and a clean run. Try and just get a good time on the board. Oops, looked over-rotated.
I think he had a good nine. Kento there just clips the barrier of the back end of the car, and that's
why you want to hug the inside line, because if you hug the inside, it gives you that room for the back end of the car to slide around without hitting anything. I mean, like I say, it's easier said than done, admitted, but I'm just saying how it should happen, not how I do it. There's a difference in those two things.
No, you're right, and these Fords are a longer car. in general. I mean, like against the Audi and other short wheelbase cars and stuff.
Because they have them. That must be like there must be a few inches in wheelbase difference between these. We should say millimeters these days, but I mean that's.
Well, no, I mean it's all down to a few inches, and every inch matters. And,
oh yes, it certainly does. It certainly does. More to us than to the girls, so I'm told.
Yeah.
But hey,
K9 having a good run here, and be interested to see
what he does.
How his overall race time.
Like he was gutted in the last in obviously in heat
Kento must
in qualifying too, because he actually felt that his second run was faster than his first, but it's 2 seconds slower.
Right. Yeah,
So-
and that's how it can happen sometimes. It can feel fast, yet it's slower overall in time.
It's like I said that time with Dusty when his looked slow, and it was actually the fastest time of the night. You can never tell, really. I think the more it looks, like when you send it, I think the more it looks like that, the more you think actually it looks faster, but it's not, it's slower. Be interested.
Oh, Kento just...
He did send it there, definitely. That's definitely sent. See again, 2:33.072. That's his fastest tonight. That is his fastest tonight. Not by much, but it is. I think it's by about 0.6 off the top of my head. So that's your fastest tonight, Kyle, by the way, mate.
Sweet.
I thought you'd be happy with that. So 33.072. Your other 33, I think, was 33.6 or 7 or something like that.
It'll be everyone else's fastest one too, I bet.
Knowing your luck. You never know. You never know. They might have a pile up in turn one. Not that I'm hoping that for any of you, but there might be. There could be. You never know what happens. I mean, you picked up some decent points anyway tonight. So far, so good.
I had a bad pull off the line there. What's happening now is every time I'm starting, it's putting me in the wrong camera view, so I have to cycle through the cameras.
I hate that because, like, since my seat dropped right down, I couldn't see through the windscreen. So if it puts me in the wrong one, I'm looking at the floor. I'm looking at the footwell, which isn't really helpful when you're trying to get going.
Yeah.
But I think I've adjusted that.
So we've got sort of, I guess, the same race as we had before. We got Kenny.
Yeah, it's
Dusty,
as you were, basically.
Berries, Mark, and JPH.
It certainly is.
So
I think JPH will be hoping for better. Good one. I think JPH will be looking for a bit better luck this time. That was unfortunate for him.
Kenny had that flip earlier, so he needs a couple wins if he wants to stand a chance here in qualifying.
Yeah, to get some good points on the board. I mean, making the final is probably not an issue, but obviously getting some points out of qualified and not being too far behind Dusty is really the name of the game for Kenny, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, they're the two guys basically competing for the championship right now, so they're going to want all the points they can get. I mean, if Dusty wins qualifying and he takes a semi and he takes a final, that's 30 points. So
yeah, and that's a big difference.
You don't want to give him those 30 points. He's got a couple from the rounds where he's won. And
it's like I say, you just got to, even if your qualifying is not brilliant, if you can do well on finals night, then that can make all the difference. It's winning the final really that's the bonus point carrier.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't win your semi, if you're going to win one of the two, you'd rather win the final than your semi, wouldn't you, for the extra 3 points?
Yeah, the final's the one you want to win. That's a lot of points, but
to get 8
helps to win. Helps to win both.
Yeah. Win all four. Win 6 races in a row. All 4 qualifiers. Top the qualifying timesheets, and then win your semi, win your final.
It's nice to win the qualifying. I mean, I know from season 1. I mean, I only won one event in season 1, but I was always there for the qualifying. I won a couple qualifying rounds.
Yeah, that makes it fun, doesn't it? So, and then you get all these other people coming in and spoiling it for you.
I won.
Dusty's happy with that one.
With only one race win.
Dusty's got the prime slot there. Look at Kenny again.
He's in his favourite position.
I shouldn't laugh. I know what he'll be saying, and he'll be going, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm on the back again."
But I want to see now. I know that mini can be sent sideways. I want to see if JPH can send it around the outside of these guys.
And will Ratek try and get round the outside of him?
Well, we saw Dusty from that position earlier go around the outside of everyone. So
True.
he had a great launch. So it is possible.
And if,
Let's see.
again, with Kenny, he might get a brilliant launch, but he's going to be hampered.
Got nowhere to go.
No, like last time, he got a great launch, and he possibly could have made got himself through to second or third. Oh, Ratek's
Mark
just
gets
gone.
pulled off into the wall there. Too much of that dirt on the side.
Too
JPH
much
doing
talk
well
in
here
that.
to hold on to second though. Dusty
This is
leading
going to
the
be
pack.
close. This is going to be close. I wonder if Mark goes for his Joker here.
In the
Who's
front
going?
cars. Ooh, that
Dusty.
was brave from Dusty. He takes it straight away. That could have ended horribly if someone was too close behind
He might have
him.
had a better view of it than we did. I'm not sure, but this is going to be tight now. I think.
Ooh, Dusty comes out just behind. He's
Yeah.
actually been overtaken by, it looks like Kenny as well. But
Yeah,
Kenny and him are side by side.
He had to give a bit of ground there, I think, coming out
So
of that
those
Joker.
are the two,
He's back
the
into fourth.
Citroen there of Kenny and that Audi of Dusty. They're the two guys competing for the championship at the moment.
This will be
And,
interesting
they are
now.
side by side on the track right now.
Dusty's trying to go around the outside, but he had too much. Then he had to calm it down a bit. Otherwise, he still did.
He hits the wall.
Oh,
and Kenny,
no, Kenny!
into the wall there.
Kenny,
and backwards.
Kenny.
So that's
It's like South
Bad.
Park. They've killed Kenny.
bad.
Oh no,
luck
he
there for
catches
him
he
again
catches
on this race.
JPH. I mean, again, there's no real blame attached to that. I don't think. I've just watched the replay of it.
But
That's
this
just
is all playing into Barry's hands here. Barry's is pulling away now.
Off. He'd be happy
And
after what happened in Heat 1, and JPH is not so bad. Oh, Kenny will be
Barry's just
kicking
ran it
himself
a bit wide there.
in a heat where Dusty wasn't doing terribly well, or appeared to be doing terribly well. He might have had a chance of getting somewhere on there. It's like JPH just said the contact physics are awful in this game. They are a bit.
And all of this might help the guys in race 1. So let's see.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, he says. Not meaning anything. I think
Barry's has the Joker though. Barry's hasn't taken his Joker. We know
Dusty could end up
sometimes
winning
if you leave that Joker right till the end and you make a mistake, because remember you're only doing that once per race, so you're not as familiar with the Joker as you are on the standard lane.
Here you go. Here
So
goes.
let's check him go through here.
See, that's the bit you got to get right. No.
He hit the wall there and it threw him out to the other wall, so that hurt his chances there. But I think he might just pull it off.
No, he's
he
caught
hits
the wall there
again.
as well. That's cost him.
So he comes out behind Dusty. I think he would have made it just out ahead of him, but just because he hit the wall too many times. So
he's still there. That must have been close.
Just behind them as well. JPH not too far behind that, and Kenny doing a good job to catch up again, but
it's all in vain a little bit.
Unlucky tonight.
All in vain a little bit. He's not had to look at the draw in any way, shape, or form.
Look
Fastest
at that.
lap.
Even with all that bad stuff, it's still 2:31 from Dusty.
Yeah, but it's slower than yours. Oh no, yours was 2:30.
Mine was a 33.
Oh, 33. Sorry, yeah, I'm getting confused now.
Yeah.
But you were faster than Ratek, so you got third. You got third. You got third in that one.
It just shows how fast these guys are going, like Dusty and everyone. If they're still pulling off fast times like that, and he was involved in some little taps and knocks.
I'm just putting Kenny.
Impressive.
Not a great night. Not a great night. He's not had a lot of.
Luck's not going his way tonight, unfortunately. No. But there's still one more round left to go of this qualifying. He could get a qualifying win here if he.
It's more the points he's losing to Dusty, isn't it? Let's be honest.
If he gets a bit more lucky in his draw for the start.
Yeah, because to be honest, he must have looked at that heat and thought, you know what, Dusty ended up back in fourth at one point, and it's like he must have seriously thought, you know, this is a chance to gain some points. Gain some on him. Never mind.
So in this race, I'm actually in the big one with
yay!
The faster guys, and Mark is in this one. So
you got JPH,
I think Mark will be happy with that. He'll have some track to work with here. So it's
I think JPH will be open to get something decent,
and McQuartie.
Yeah, I think they'll be looking to try and get some chuck a gauntlet down for this one. I think they've got a chance to. There's no two ways about that. The chance is there to do it.
Well, you know, Retic and JPH have been in those bigger races now, so they got 3 cars, a bit of room to work with.
Yeah,
so we'll see if they can go.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking they might be looking at that and thinking, you know what, we got a hope here. JPH is saying the Mini's hard work. I can't make it drive the way I want it to. I have that problem with all of them. That's why I'm doing this and I'm doing the lights, because at least I can crash those slower. I've got more chance of.
I hope you've got your handbrake sorted tonight.
I've unplugged everything at both
safety.
ends, and so it appeared to work, even though I went backwards. Oh, Ryan's just saying provisional standings after Q3, but I'll fill you in with those as they come up.
That's what we thought.
Ratek in second.
Nice.
Happy days. In the meantime,
And
JPH
Kenny
says
in
I can't
third.
make the
So
bloody
with-
thing turn in properly.
So with all of Kenny's troubles, he's still in third.
I haven't got third yet. Now I have. Yep. So, will you be fourth? I thought you might be coming in fourth.
No, probably Barry's. His name hasn't come up yet.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. It might be close though. Might be close. Because he didn't have much fun in Heat 1, wasn't it? Was it qualifying 1? Might be close, that. Might be close.
So Mark QWERTY there has got quite a gap between him and the other cars.
But that might suit the other two. If they get the start. So JPH got a pretty good start, so did Ratek, in fairness. But he's...
So JPH leading this, but
Yeah, I can see what he means. He's struggling to get the turn in. Will Ratek
Needs to
take
rotate
Joker?
that nose a bit more.
Will
I don't know
Ratek
if
take
Ratek will,
Joker?
because he's got McQuarrie
Oh, JPH
right
has
behind
got-
him. Ooh, that was close. That was. I wouldn't do that if I was the leader, just because I'm scared. I've been nailed there a lot by cars behind taking that Joker.
See, he comes out a little bit behind, so Joker must cost you like quarter of a second or something. There's a bit of a loss in there.
It depends. You can take that very fast. I know in real life the guys were saying, like, when it's raining actually at this track, the guys can sometimes take that Joker quicker than the standard.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, because if they land...
Some of the guys, they were jump starting on purpose to have to take 2 Jokers, because in real life, if you jump start, you take 2 Jokers. In
so
the next,
do it.
they reset the race, and then you have to take 2 Jokers once it's been reset. If you get 2 jump starts, it's a DQ.
Yeah, you're out. First is a yellow card, second is a red, and you're off.
Yeah.
Oop. That didn't quite go to plan, but he didn't lose too
Ratek's
much
still
pace.
leading this race here.
So is he going to leave the Joker to the death?
Mark QWERTY doing a good job there.
Yeah,
He's not that far off, and he's on controller, remember?
Yeah,
So.
but he's I think,
job for
again,
him.
he's getting used to this. He, like you say, the more he does it, the more he gets used to the lines of where he can
Exactly.
go full send, and we're into the fourth go
Proper
now.
sideways there. You can see that car pull itself back straight again.
Yeah, it does straight off, doesn't it? That's how come JPH ended up tapping the back of it in the last race, because obviously it righted itself quite easily. But again, JPH has done better in this one, but I could see what he means about the turn in a little bit with this. But yeah, Mark's
Something
holding it
I'm
much
also
better.
struggling a little bit with the Citroen as well. I'm obviously I haven't used the
here he goes.
Citroen in a championship before, so just adjusting to
Oh,
it. All
where's
the
he gonna
cars
come
are,
out here?
are slightly different.
I'm just looking at the time span. It's actually growing. Why
I
is it?
think Ratek had a good Joker lap there.
Yeah, it did look very clean. Didn't lose too much pace on the chicane part of the Joker,
He
which
crosses
is...
the line in first, JPH in second, and
Oh,
McQuartie
it was going well
ran
for
out of
him.
fuel.
Has
no,
he?
he's,
No,
he's
no.
just spun. He wasn't
a
moving.
shame.
I assumed he was out of fuel, because
That's
what
a
usually
shame, that,
happens
because he
to
was
me.
having a good run. That's a shame. He must have been quite happy at the way it was going. There you go, 31.6. Going 33.3. So
that's quick. I mean, Dusty was on a 31 in the previous race, wasn't he?
yeah. So yeah, 31.6 is his best for the night, I think.
So that's pretty solid.
That's your best for the night there, Mark.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy. It's not been a bad night.
No,
overall
you had a
for
pretty
me.
solid
better than
evening.
expected. Yeah, better
You
than expected. So
You had a pretty
Tough
solid
track.
evening. Yeah, it looks easier than, like, say, Dirtfish or somewhere like that, because I think it looks less. It's certainly less technical, but it's still got its own issues, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
It definitely has. I mean, to get that power down and to get faster overall it's just insane. And as I say, I've said it all night. Some of them other guys manage it very well.
Yeah, it's trying to hug the inside curve, isn't it, all the time? In a perfect world, you hug that.
Much.
You hug it without losing pace, but it's a trade-off, isn't it? A little bit, like everything.
I think the saying is the slow in, fast out.
Fast out, certainly is.
I like to go fast in, fast round, fast out, clip a curb, clip somebody else. And,
that's why your wife is unsatisfied. I know. No, I would say slow in, fast out. That's especially if her husband turns up. No, he's like, no. Sorry, I'm going into other things again.
We're off topic again. We're off topic.
Talking of topic, yeah, that idea has not in every bite as well, but never mind. Right, I mean, so
it's going to be interesting.
One.
This last race. I mean, you've got Kento and K9.
You know what I'm laughing
race.
at? I'm just laughing at the thought of Kenny being on the back on his own again, because that's where he's been. He must have just like hit somebody. Like he must have like run over a disabled Vietnam War veteran or something in the States in a previous life, because he just keeps ending up on the back of the grid.
It's either that or he hasn't paid enough for his subscription on Project Cars, you know, when he actually bought the game. And now,
he didn't offer them an extra inducement. Yeah, didn't offer them extra cash to get good grid positions. It's all about backhanders these days. And he's not doing enough of them. But it's been, to be honest, it's been good. I wouldn't have minded having a go at this. I would have crashed. I'm not doubting that. But it's just a bit more, from my perspective, it's a little bit more forgiving, depending where you are. I mean, if you do it at this corner here that we're looking at, then you're a bit dead, aren't you?
You're on in the lights though after these.
Sorry,
look at that.
And that's where he is again. he's probably sworn more tonight.
He should be used to that by now. I mean,
but he's always on the back. He's always on the back. He's literally always on the back of the grid. I know I'm laughing. He's probably thinking, you bastard.
You're probably going to say, because he's reigning champion, they're putting him at the back. And
there's got to be a reason for it. It must be how you join a lobby or something. I don't know. I really don't know. It's very odd. But I don't think Dusty's in a bad position there, if I'm honest. I know he's got berries inside him, but I don't think he's in a bad position.
This is going to be.
See, Kenny's got a cracking start again, but he's pampered a little bit. Mate,
Kento's come out in front.
Dusty's got round on the. Has he got in? Oh,
Berries
Kento's killing all the barriers. Oh no!
Kento just. I think he just bogged his gear in, didn't he?
Yeah,
and,
he came to a dead stop. Poor old Kenny again.
Yeah. So that's Berries out in front now. I think a couple of the guys have gone for Joker, Kenny and K9. Apologies there.
I don't blame him for that, if I'm honest. I think really it was sort of a decision made for them, if that makes sense. I really do.
I think this will be tight between Berries and Dusty. They've got pace. Berries has got extreme pace.
Yeah,
so for Dusty to get past Berries is going to be either Joker or a slight mistake from Berries.
What Kenny will be hoping for is that Berries can hold Dusty up a bit.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem too far away, and he has Jokered, so...
Yeah, I mean, he's
coming back
pulling
to
it back. Yeah, he's pulling him back in. There's a 1.2 second-ish, give or take, wherever you are, difference between them, but... Like I say, if they both go Joker together, which they might well do, Dusty looks as if he was...
Dusty's going to go Joker this time. If
Berries
doesn't, he's got to.
Dusty's
through the Joker, yeah. You could see him weighing it up, couldn't you?
He goes wide. He goes wide at the previous previous
so he's going to come out neck and neck with Kenny, I reckon.
Oh, he came out just a bit in front, didn't he? I think Kenny might have been hoping he might have come out a bit nearer than that, or maybe just come out in front.
Because Kenny would have had the inside line for that corner then, but But Kenny, it's not too bad considering Kenny's off the back of the grid. So
yeah, he's clawed it back. He must be cursing that.
This time.
Right, so Berries goes. Now, where's this going to put? He needs. That's pretty good actually. That
nice
landing was really good.
Yeah.
If he can hug it,
he's going
he's coming out.
More speed.
He's going to be out in front.
He's going to have more speed, but
this is a wide.
This is three abreast nearly going into that second to last turn.
Kenny's going to go. Is Kenny going to go inside? Is he going to pick it? Oh,
close.
You know what? That was tight.
Very close. Good race tight. By them guys there.
That was tight, wasn't it? That was a good way to finish, wasn't it?
Not too far away either.
No, that was... I mean, he came across it.
Yeah.
I mean, without being rude, again, 2:38 is not bad, but in this company, 2:28.1.
K9 now of his fastest lap, fastest overall race of the night.
Yeah.
32.
So, again, that was a pretty rapid heat. Look at the fastest lap.
Look how close it was. 28.1, 28.5, and 28.6.
Kenny's got to be cursing that. Kenny's got to be cursing that because he'd
be happy with that. He'd be happy to come from the back of the grid.
But that's what I'm saying. He's been on the back of the grid for 3 heats in a row, and he's come a cropper in possibly 2 of them, and in fairness, he's kind of pulled it out the fire a little bit. In all honesty, but he must be looking at performances like that and thinking, if I'd have been not necessarily in the pole sitter, but even if we'd have been in anywhere other than the back, then you know what? He'd have had a really good chance of winning a couple of these heats. But I suppose it is what it is. It's all random, allegedly.
Yep.
It's random apart from Kenny. So Kenny ran over somebody in a previous life, or like I said, he hit a disabled Vietnam veteran or something. He did something.
I think it's these cars. These cars, both of us started on the back.
I know. It's just
Citroen start from the back.
But it's just, in fairness, that was probably if you had to give like a trophy for heat of the night, and for the person who drove the heat of the night, I think I'd give it to Kenny for that one. If I'm honest. Not just because it was the last one, it's the most recent memory, but literally because he was at the back and it all went kind of a little bit wrong and he pulled it all back. He clawed back a 1.2 second deficit on 2 very, very quick guys. So I think that was borne out by his lap time of like 35 something, which was, I think, the fastest of the evening. So it makes for an interesting semi and final anyway.
Definitely does. I'm looking forward to it. It was a good race there, K9.
Yeah.
You did your overall fastest time, so
I think that what would he top?
Who did?
You did.
You did.
I think that
your overall fastest time, not
on
the
that
overall.
race.
Yeah.
I think top 4, the 4 times in that were.
I think what it is when you race with the guys that are like sort of the faster guys and you're pushing to catch them.
You get dragged along, don't you? Yeah,
you either do a brilliant time or you crash and burn.
Yeah. Anyways, as you guys can see on the stream, we've sort of got the lobby set up now for the lights, which will be the next stream.
We have indeed.
So
we're all ready to go.
That stream will come up after this stream, so we'll be up and running in a couple minutes.
You can get the theme tune coming up. You can get the theme tune coming up in a minute with Under Part 1. So just watch the adverts about milk tray and God knows other rubbish that you don't want to buy. And then...
Oh no, we've got some official sponsors now over at Race
yes. We've got Monster, haven't we? And what was the other one? What was the other one? I forgot what the other one was.
Dolmio sauce, mate. Yeah. Dolmio sauce.
Yeah, and mayonnaise and Rolex watches and Audemars Piguet. If you want to send us any 30 grand watches, we'll have a few of them. Gucci, Armani.
Anyways, guys, we will check you for the next stream. Don't go anywhere.
We will, but I'll be wearing my Gucci shoes freshly sent to me.
Cool.
See you in a bit. I'll enjoy watching myself crash.